Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's Tuesday, July 14th, 6 p.m. Town of Grand Rapids Board meeting at the Grand Rapids Fire Station. First two items on our agenda will be public hearings. Before we get into the regular meeting, I'll hold these public hearings. Public hearing number one, Grand Rapids Town Board will conduct a public hearing on the following application. Scott Stifer Kingdom LLC application for the comprehensive map change and to rezone from 1 agricultural to B1 commercial, 4 acres from proposed CSM located at the corner of Highway 54 and 52nd Street South. The hearing will be at 6 p.m. as stated. We have the application. This went through the Plan Commission and the process was reviewed. And at this time, if there's anybody that wishes to speak against the comprehensive plan change to rezone from 1 agriculture to B1 for the Highway 54 and 52nd Street for Kingdom Storage LLC, you may speak. Anybody wishing to speak against? Second time, anybody wishing to speak against?
Nope.
Third and final time, anybody wishing to speak against? Hearing no parties to be against, is there anybody wish to speak in favor of? Second time, anybody wish to speak in favor of? Third and final time, anybody wish to speak in favor of? Hearing none, that public hearing is closed, and we'll move to public hearing number two. And this is to propose, purpose of the public hearing is to consider proposed amendments and solicit citizen input on the following items. Amending Ordinance 52, zoning, accessory uses and storages. The primary reason for this is duplicated in Ordinance 54 and it really belongs in Ordinance 52. So it's being revised to be added to Ordinance 52. Anybody wishing to speak against? Second time, anybody wish to speak against? Third and final time, anybody wish to speak against? No comments to the negative. Anybody wish to speak in favor of? Anybody wish to speak in favor of? Third and final time, anybody wish to speak in favor of? Hearing none, we'll call that public hearing closed and we'll immediately start the town board meeting with the first item, which is the Pledge of Allegiance. Amber, would you start us? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Item 2, approval of the agenda for the meeting. Hearing nothing, we'll move to item 3, which is approve minutes from town board meeting for June 9th, 2020. What's your wishes?
I'll make a motion to approve June 9th, 2020.
Motion by Patty, second by Amber. Any discussion, comments? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
I'm an aye. Any opposed? No opposed. Monthly reports from departments. As coronavirus is still rampant in the area, I've excused those things and you have their reports in front of you. Oh, and I skipped the public comment?
Yes, you did.
Not intentionally.
I think that was convenient.
Not intentionally. I just, if you see where I put my check, I put in the wrong spot. That started it off. All right, public comment period. People wishing to address the board will be limited to 2 minutes each. Public comment period limited to not more than 30 minutes. If you wish to speak, we ask that you state your name for the record. Go ahead, first in the middle.
My name is Ben Pease, 2721 72nd Street North. I'd like an update on the paving project for 72nd Street North. At our last meeting, you said we were going to piecemeal the asphalt project. Apparently, we haven't piecemealed anything yet. What's the status?
I will give you a report later. It's an item in our agenda. Go ahead, sir. Your name for the record.
John Miller, 2210 42nd Street North. And I want to see if there's anything the town can do to help with the city of Wisconsin Rapids wants to park 100 of chemical cars from Burkle in the East Commerce Building, which is at the end of our street. And there's not going to be any guard. There was a meeting on Tuesday, but they canceled it until August 7th. I was just wondering if there's anything the town of Grand Rapids can do about it. Make a comment or something. They're talking, they don't know what the chemicals are. They don't know, they are going to be filled. And they don't know how long they're going to be stored. So my question is, we're objecting to the people on 42nd and in that neighborhood of why are we getting 100 rail cars of chemicals from ERCO to be stored over in our neighborhood?
Okay, got your record noted, your comment noted. Anybody else in the audience wish to speak? Hearing none, we'll move on to what I previously announced was the monthly reports. That we excuse the departments from meeting. I know one of the comments we'll get to when it gets to the board comments. Some of these things we'll address that are on there. So we'll move on to item number 6 then. Consider a possible action on resolution 2020-18. Scott Stifler, Kingdom Cities LLC, Kingdom Storage LLC, comprehensive map change and rezoning from A, agriculture to B1, commercial 4.0 acres, proposed CSM located at the corner of Highway 54 and 52nd Street North. Board members?
I can make a motion to approve the application for comprehensive map change to rezone from agricultural to B1.
I'll second it.
Motion by Patty, second by Dan. Discussions?
Yes.
Go ahead, William.
I will be voting against this because I'm the one that voted against the whole thing about putting that in, and there was a consideration being asked for, and that consideration was, would they look at a possible alternative of having a driveway into that parcel of land off of Highway 54, and I don't think anything of that sort was done, so I will be voting no.
Okay, any other comments? Patty?
Yeah, I'd like to, this particular resolution is in the Highway 54 overlay. And along the period of years, this property actually had split zoning is what it's called. And so this is to take care of that split zoning. There's just a small sliver of this 4-acre parcel, or the 4 acres. It should have all been zoned B1 from many years ago. So this is just to correct that, to ensure that it was all one type of zoning. So I just wanted to make that point. It's a paperwork correction.
Any other comments, board members? Motion been made and seconded to approve. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
I'm an aye. Any opposed?
Yes.
One opposed. Thank you. Item 7, consider a possible action on resolution 2020-19, amending ordinance 52, rezoning to revise language to portable storage containers.
I'll make a motion to approve resolution 2020-19.
Motion by Dan,
I can second.
second by Patty. Discussion?
Yes, Mr.
William?
Chairman, thank you. So before, when a storage unit was at a place, they had to get a permit and put that permit on the roadside on there that is facing the road. And so now you don't need a permit if it's there in residential zone for 30 days, or 2 of them there for 30 days, or somebody moving for 90 days. How do you know when that starts? How do you know that the 30 days has expired? So why isn't there a permit issued? I don't understand that.
Then you should make a referral
I should make a referral.
to the board to make a change to the ordinance. If you feel that there's an error in how this was drafted, and this has been in place for a while now. I don't know what was the original date on this, Lisa, do you know? Okay? If
I
not,
don't know how long
it's
it
been there for a while, but if there's something that you feel is we need to improve on, and then let's get it to the legislative committee.
Well, this went through the legislative committee.
And you were a member there, right?
Yes, I was.
And you must have voted for it then.
Yes, to send it to the board. Yes, I did.
Okay, so all I'm saying, William, is to if you think it's wrong, let's bring it to legislative and let us discuss it. I mean, it's just similar to what we do for building permits where they have the cardboard sign that's on the front of them, but half of those you don't see on the buildings either.
Right.
So I mean, it's a knowledge of whoever's running around the town looking. I suppose we could use chalk like they do on car tires, huh? Any other discussions on it?
Just a
Go ahead, Dan.
quick question. On the building one that I know, they don't have to post those.
No, they legally don't have to, no.
Legally
Not
don't
any
have-
longer,
No.
but.
Yeah, it used to be, but
Mhm.
I don't think now they even.
But we still issue them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, okay, sorry.
Any other questions?
But I guess I wouldn't mind for us to have it taken to legislation to review that.
Let's have a referral at the end of I think it's the one of your two's time slots, huh? All right, any other comments? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 I'm an aye, any opposed? No opposed. Item 8 is to consider possible action on the resolution 2020-20 to repeal ordinance 52 regulating storages. And that's to take that out of the ordinance as we no longer will need that now that
I'll
we
make a
approve.
motion to approve.
Motion by Bill,
Second.
second by Patty. Discussion.
Actually, ordinance 54 is just this
Right.
regulating the portable storage.
Right,
It's
so
not a
it's moved-
section, but it's the
It's
whole.
moved to 52,
Yeah, the whole thing is wiped out.
removing the whole ordinance.
Yep.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
I'm an aye, opposed, no opposed, motion carries. 9, consider possible action on appointment of agent change for the store, 4010 80th Street South, to Bethany Weedman.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Motion by Dan,
I will second.
second by William. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
I'm an aye, any opposed? No opposed? Consider possible action on the proposed 2020-21 LRIP project. As you see, we've got the state municipal project agreement that indicates that the state is going to pay for half of the cost of this project. The project, in their language, is approved. What our next step is to indicate on a engineer to engineer the project, and then it would have to go out to bid within the next 3 to 5 years. We have a 5-year window to do this, so there's time to do this, but the road is a relatively small project, so the two things we can do. One, we could contract with the county just to provide the service to us, or we could go out on bids. And my thought is either way, I preferred to let the board make the decision. So, discussion. Patty?
I guess I would like to see it go out on bid. And then also, I had just a question in regards, and I don't know if I asked this question before, but the right shoulder is 2 feet and the left shoulder is 3 feet?
That's what,
Is it because-
that's the way they were marked.
Okay. And so when we hire this engineer, they would be able to come
We
in
would
and
use-
then we can,
Design the road how we want it.
okay, that was, I didn't know if we needed to have that discussion this evening.
Mhm.
Okay.
William, were you talking? I see your mouth moving. I knew you were getting ready. What do you
Well,
got?
I would also like to see it go out on bids, because I just think that government is not in favor of businesses. There's a lot of road builders out there, there's a lot of people that do these things, and I think we should cater to the public on that. I think the county has got plenty of work themselves to do.
Okay. Emery, thoughts?
Yeah, I'm in agreement, I'm fine with them.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, and the county can bid on it.
I'm not sure they can, but because county can only do time and material, they don't, they can't set that they'll do it for this.
Mhm. Not to exceed
I'm
10.
pretty confident the engineering costs should not exceed the amount that we put in there, because that was an estimate that I
Yeah.
got from a reliable source to put in when we did make the original bid, so.
They could put time and material not to exceed.
Not sure.
Okay.
They'll have the opportunity if we so desire to.
So
Yeah,
when-
I go either way on it.
Okay, so if it's decided that we go out on bid, then is it mandated that we go with the lowest bid then?
Lowest reliable
Advantageous.
bid.
Yes.
Most advantageous.
Yep, okay.
So I would make a motion that we go on bids.
Okay, for the engineering
Yes,
service.
and that we have, at a meeting, we open the bids at a meeting.
Sure.
I'll second.
Motion by Bill, second by Patty. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Have an aye, anybody opposed? I think what I'd like to also do is hold an informational meeting with proposed firms, if they want to, and explain the project to them. And so that we don't get a la-di-da built.
Either you or your committee.
Yeah, somebody will meet with them so that we get what we expect in the project, not.
And they all have the opportunity to be there and ask their questions.
Right,
at that
exactly.
time. Yep.
Mhm. Okay, we'll move on to, there we go here,
Number 11,
11.
let's skip that.
Okay, considerable action on blacktop projects for 2010. What we have in here is we have two projects that we've been vetting, the 72nd Street and State Highway 54 at the railroad track south to the cul-de-sac. And that's a $35,000 estimate. Rick asked me to add this, I shared this with you in email. We have a culvert that's in need of replacement on 49th Street, and that's the area in front of Ron's Refrigeration. And that road needs to have a milling, additional base, fine grading, and a 2-inch hot asphalt, and that's a $40,000 estimate. These two projects would fit within our remaining funds that we have available yet for this year. I did not have the need to bring this to the committee level, so there's been no committee discussion on these, other than the 72nd Street. Dan was involved in taking another look at that. So, comments, discussion?
Yes, thank you,
Should
Mr.
we do a
Chairman.
motion first, or just?
Don't necessarily have to have a motion first.
Okay, for discussion purposes, my name is still the same. But for discussion purposes, I looked at 49th Street, and a lot of comments have been made on emails and things like that, that the county is thinking of doing this intersection. They're also thinking of repairing a culvert down the road because it has been crushed. And I don't see anything in Rick's report about that road damaging or people making complaints on it. So I don't think that should be fixed right now. I think when the road gets widened or whatever they're going to do, I think that's the time to include that in on it for that culvert. So I wouldn't be in favor of doing 49th Street at all.
Okay?
That was exactly what I was going to say about 49th Street. I just didn't see how spending $40,000 right now to repair that, I haven't received any complaints, and I really don't understand how that culvert at this time with the high water would be beneficial to fix that. And then my other question is, and has always been, is the pond finished back there on 72nd Street? Have we ever found out
I don't know.
for the
if
hauling out of the pond? Because if I don't know that, or if that pond is still being hauled out of? I'm
Yes, it
voting
is.
It's
They're still
finished,
hauling.
or it's still hauling?
And
Then-
Dempsey still hauls out of his pit.
Okay.
So I don't see what that would cause any problems with paving the road.
I do, so.
And how can you justify that when you take Highway 54, the approach to 72nd Street is all asphalt? There's not one bit of damage to that road from those trucks. This road needs to be built to state specs. Let's keep that straight. You're not
Sir.
building a half-assed road. It's gonna
Yeah.
be completed.
Sir,
We have your comments already, Ben. We're
Yes.
well aware of your comments, and I remind that everybody that this is the
Right,
interaction
board
between the board members now,
Right.
so.
so
Yeah.
with that being said, if it's still being hauled out of, I'm voting no, because I understand that, that road is not going to be built up to state specs, as you say, because of the fact it's a side road. And truck traffic requires heavier asphalt to handle that type of weight for hauling 80,000 pounds on that. So I will be voting no for that.
What does a garbage truck weigh?
Ooh,
Please, gotta remember, this is board comments now. We understand your comments. I'm gonna tell you that we've talked about doing this road. There's people, residents living down there. They've been there a long time. There's been numerous years that we talked about doing this, and I'm in favor of doing it now. We can do it. We can put 2.5 inches of paved, packed with a 3-inch base on top of it. And if the traffic is occasional truck coming out of there hauling, it's not gonna do anything. We've got it all over.
Full loaded semi with paper on it weighs 80,000.
Yeah,
I used to weigh it.
no semis down that road.
All right.
All right, so
So,
I'll make, if you, go ahead, Dan, then I wanna make a comment on 49th.
okay, go ahead on 49th, maybe you'll answer my question.
Yeah. The culvert is collapsing, we already know that. The road is severely deteriorated. That has semi-traffic on it, as you know, coming in and out of there for the businesses. So that does have, it's deteriorated, the culvert is bad. There's no reason why we can't do this, but if you wish not to do it, I understand. But we're looking for a road that needs to have good repair, and this one meets the desire of at least the maintenance department looking at it. Now, does everybody call up when they see a collapsed culvert? No. Does everybody call me and email me or send me messages that a road needs to get repaired? No. Do I listen to the maintenance department when they tell me that I'd like you to consider this? Yes. So, that's kind of where I am. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm kind of on board with that too, because in talking with Rick, like I said, that culvert, yeah, it's holding up right now. But I would much rather do this on a planned, budgeted project than all of a sudden, like I said, we get some truck traffic or something, a big storm or something, and that culvert gets washed out, and now all of a sudden we're in panic mode. We gotta tear it up and that, so. Rick really believes that this road is it's getting to the end of its life, and I'm in favor of fixing it at this time. Because we got the money in the budget. If we had to take it from another committee or whatever, but we do have money in our road budget, that's what we would want to use it for. And so,
So the culvert is
collapsed.
collapsing, and how was that determined?
I didn't ask him, I just trust what he said.
Anybody else?
I'd like to speak a second. I have 28 people here. And this is water concerns that you have asked us to do. And these are 28 people that have these concerns, and I'm putting them all together, waiting for the DNR, like I sent you today about the DNR. They are coming out of their homes now, and there's a chance we can meet with them and some other people.
What does that have to do with these road projects?
Because there's plenty of culverts that need fixing in this town, according to what I'm getting reports about water flowing. And that one there, I've never seen any water backed up one bit on that road. And why that culvert is crushed down on the end. And I say, You don't know if it's crushed down, she don't know. I think you should have viewed it. That's my thing. And to me, that culvert don't need fixing right now. And I'm voting no against the 49th Street.
I did review it, but that was over a year ago when I looked at it, so. All right, any other discussion? If not, is there a motion one way or the other?
I'm gonna make a motion that we do the two roads projects at 72nd Street from the railroad to,
Motion by Dan,
and do 49th Street.
is there a second?
I'll second.
Amber seconds, any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. I'm an aye. Any opposed?
No.
3-2, motion carries, projects will get coordinated. Item 12, consider a possible action on extending the contract for advanced janitorial service. These people took over for us when we had the issue with the ODC not being able to provide the services. They wanted a one-year contract. I told them at that time that we were not able to do a contract until we were able to meet on it, and this is the first opportunity that I felt that is comfortable bringing it on the agenda. Their fee is reasonable to what ODC is, correct, or is it actually a little less?
Very
It's
reasonable.
actually
Very
less
close.
than what we were getting, our current provider was.
And as I have checked in the past, the service has been good.
Yes.
Okay. Any discussions?
Did this go through a committee or anything?
No, I didn't think a small contract needs to go through a committee because it's got to get approved by the board anyway. Similar to what we do with the garbage or the uniform service
I'll make a motion.
that we're having trouble with. You making a motion, Patty?
Yes,
To extend your,
continue the cleaning service with advanced janitorial and the pricing to be guaranteed at $189.50 per month
for 12 months.
for 12 months.
Is there a second?
Yeah, I'll second it.
Motion by Patty, second by Dan. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
I'm an aye. Anybody opposed? No opposed. June disbursement vouchers. Any comments, questions? I do know that our election costs are going to be terribly high.
Since you brought up elections, are there enough absentee ballots, or are you sure?
Yeah, they're out. I'll ask her to give a report when it's coming through your bill.
Sorry.
That's okay. You can't read my mind. Hearing no comments, do we have the vouchers to sign, Lisa? Operator license application, do we have one?
Just got
Oh, we have
it.
several.
Several.
Who wants to read them? Patty?
Yes. The following operator license for 1 year: Delaney Benz, Hoozles, Sierra Floors, The Store, Jennifer Friday, Bud's Corner Mart, Jacob Ginter, Bud's Corner Mart, Justin Herman, Grand Rapids Lions Club, Courtney Casper, Jammers, Madeline Klatt, Hoozles, Jacob Mush, The Poorhouse, and Johanna Sadke, The Store.
All right, I will be abstaining as I'm a Grand Rapids Lions Club member, so
I'll make a
if someone to
motion.
make a motion,
I'll make a motion that we approve the license as read.
motion by Dan, seconded by, did I hear Patty?
Yes, please.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
4 ayes and 1 abstention. Monthly reports from committees. Public Works, what Rick could tell me was chip sealing's done. We're still haven't swept all the materials off, but they're looking, both roads are looking pretty good. We did have a little trouble with part of Whitrock when July 4th hit, and we got that extremely hot day. And so they had to come back and do a little touch-up of stone material on it, but over that it's looking good. They've been doing a lot of road patching. It's an attestment to our roads deteriorating a lot. We've been going through a lot of patching material and brushing of course too. Dan, you didn't have anything else from Public Works, did you?
Nope.
All right, okay, sounds good. We'll go down the list, Plan Commission. Patty, what did you do last night?
Yes, we met last night. We had, let me see, it was two dog permits. We had two carports. We had the rezoning of Kingdom Storage. Then, we had 3 carports, sorry about that. And then we also discussed the comprehensive plan. And last night's meeting, we discussed the housing element of the comprehensive plan. I think there's something like 7 elements that we're going through for the plan. And then right now we're trying to decide, or we brainstormed how we want to get the survey results out. It was talked about publicizing it on the town website, also having on public access video, and then indicating in our next newsletter how to find the survey results, and then also to have something as a handout at the election so that they can look at a link to the website to review it. And we'll have just a few copies at the election in case somebody comes in and they don't have access to a computer, that they will have the survey results there. Our next Plan Commission meeting is August 10th, and we'll be meeting here in this building.
Okay, any questions? I did have a conversation with Art. Art is willing to tape that. And we talked about having just one or two people involved in the videoing of it, so instead of a full board.
Right, it was discussed but not determined.
All right, so you're not ready this month, but
Right.
after next month, maybe you're ready?
Possibility, yes.
Okay, stand by, Art.
I have a question, sorry if I missed it. So what is the plan for like next steps to, like what to do with the survey results?
We're going to be, well, with the survey results, it's pretty much black and white, where they've gone through saying how many say yay or nay to a question. There's some open-ended questions in the survey, and instead of having all, I can't remember the total amount that was actually resubmitted, but there's like 40% of the surveys, they're just gonna do like the top 5 answers and just putting them out as a result. But those results will be in a format where then, we are going to be publicizing that like on our website. But as far as the next steps go, we have other elements that we'll be talking about at our next month's meeting. We're going to be talking about the transportation element. So there's, according to state statutes, there's different elements of a community that have to be addressed of what the town envisions for 10 years.
Okay, sounds good. So the results really will help inform priorities for like the committees.
Correct.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, did we get a copy of the updated version? The original one was pretty in-depth.
Right. The original survey, of course, everyone received a copy of that. However, it's still in a draft stage, so we haven't quite released it from the Plan Commission.
Okay. Sounds good. Any more questions for Plan Commission? Public Safety, Amber and I had a meeting. We did, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. We pretty much just went through the annual report and then just had any discussion on budget needs for next year, and everything seems to be pretty much the same. Did talk about the 2014 Charger being replaced and ready for auction, so I wasn't sure if we needed to do any next steps with that.
Yeah, we'll need to put that on our agenda. Lisa, you want to add that for next month's agenda to, I also have Rick looking to see if there's any auction items we need to get ready to. So Bob is also looking.
Okay.
Was there any discussion on that? I know we got the new fire truck coming, as far as prepping or getting that, looking at the value of that current engine. So we can kind of, I know they don't want to put it out there for sale previous to getting, or at least know when we're gonna get the other one.
Right.
But I would like to see them start taking a look at and getting an idea of what that thing is worth and how, where we can go to put it out for auction, so I'd like to see something on that.
Maybe Amber, you can check back with Bob once and see where he's at on that.
And I have one more.
Go ahead, Patty.
And then as far as the annual report, I've been working on a PowerPoint presentation. So if Bob or Mel would like to have their report added to this PowerPoint presentation, what we're going to be doing is actually, I'll be emailing the PowerPoint presentation to public access so that at our at our annual meeting, when it's recorded, Art will be putting these graphs and slides and put it into the annual meeting recording. So if that's something that Bob would have, maybe a picture of the new fire truck or something to that extent, that we could implement that as part of the annual review.
Was the culvert?
Another culvert collapse. All right, any other questions or comments to the public safety? Wisconsin Towns Association meeting, William, anything other than the meeting's coming up, right?
Yes, at 7:30 Friday night there is, and a big surprise, I am going to become chairman of the county unit for it because Jim is resigning as it for health reasons.
Okay.
So, and they'll be elected as vice chair at
Okay.
that committee meeting.
Congratulations.
Okay.
This is my second time being, I was vice chair in Waushara. I was chairman of the county unit in Waushara County. Back when the Dead Sea was sick.
Nice job.
Airport Commission, the airport hangar project is pretty well done finally, with the exception of some of the electronic lighting and other heat controls that are still needing to be programmed. All the airport is using it for storage. We've had, I think we've had 5 jets stored in there already for periods of days. Traffic, obviously with the coronavirus, the main source of revenue is jet traffic coming in for the airport. That's for people going to Sand Valley Golf Course. Our jet count traffic for last month was 60 jets as compared to 120 the year before. So traffic is definitely down. Although jet fuel sales were only down 33%. So obviously some of the jets that were here took more fuel than on the average. What we did notice is a big increase in private single engine planes that are 100 low lead fuel. We're up 39% year to year, which basically is an indication to us that people that maybe were not working were now deciding to go out and fly around or do some things to that. So there's more single engine, and we're getting requests more and more for more storage of additional planes, so very good. There is a business after hours event at the airport on Monday, July 27th, 4 to 6 o'clock. Our new hangar. Basically what the Chamber of Commerce does is hold these once a month, and this will actually be the first one that they're going to start up going forward again. And because we have such a large facility, 15,000 square foot, we think we can safely get 100 people stop and take a look at the new building and be safe in there. So that'll be going on at the airport this next Monday, I believe. No, a week from next Monday. Any questions on the airport?
Yes, there's also a YouTube thing. If you go to the city, there's a picture of the new hangar, and Jeremy does about a 20-minute thing. Have you seen it?
Yeah, actually, I put them on our,
okay. I mean, it's.
I didn't take the
for-
video,
for
but I
public
put it onto the airport's Facebook page.
Facebook page, no,
So-
no, that's good.
So I do all the coordinating of the pictures that are on there.
And then I'm gonna ask you
One
one
of my fine jobs.
question about the airport. You did say at a meeting, you would tell us that when the intergovernmental agreement would come, you would bring it before this board before any action was done on it.
I said I would share it with the board, but you remember what I also said, that the action on a agreement that is to be completed within the city is not a decision of the Grand Rapids Board, it's a decision of the Airport Commission, who they contract with. But absolutely, this board will have a chance to review it, and I would accept any comments that you're willing to make.
And you will do that before it comes before their board for vote?
Once we have a final draft, yes.
And when do you expect to take that to be in effect? January 1st?
Our intent is try to have it ready for January 1st.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Public buildings has not met, I don't believe.
Still standing.
Economic development has not met yet, but Amber is desiring to get a meeting together to talk about the trail system
Good.
through here. I'm doing some preliminary gathering of trying to get her some information as to what one of the designs were back several years ago. I've talked with Chad Schooley for Wood County Parks. He's more than willing to meet with you. I'm going to ask, see if we can get Justin Connor, because Justin was involved in it, and try to get this committee together on a Wednesday night, which looks to be the best night from what I'm hearing from those involved. And I'm looking for a representative from the city of Wisconsin Rapids to try to get involved in this and get this committee going and start to talk about that trail enhancement. And you don't have anything else, I don't imagine, right? Okay, sounds good. All right, let's do recycling, solid waste, and water. I know, William, you said you have some residents here you wanted to address their concerns.
But anyways, on recycling and solid waste, we did have a meeting and we heard people that had concerns about their garbage being picked up. In this last 2 months, I've received 12 from the town, had referred those people about people not getting their garbage picked up, or they put out the wrong thing and things like that. It just seemed worse during this time than it's ever been. And as far as water, yes, I am collecting, because you yourself sent a thing from Bradley Bettenhauser,
Right.
who is with the DNR, and I talked to him on June 9th on this, and yes, I'm working on it alone right now. I've got a lot of people. I've got 17 more people that are coming in with stuff, and what it is drawings and what they think, and hearing them out, and I have them put it in writing, and then I'm going over that, or our committee will be going over that with the emergency government. Bluebaker, as you indicated,
Yep.
he would be a good one too, and a person from Madison, it's on water, and I got some old maps.
Is that Scott something or other?
Yeah, Scott, yeah, I don't know, but they're locked up right now, but I am working on that, and I'll get together with Patty on some of the stuff I collected, so.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
Just a comment that I'll make on it, I know there's a lot of water, and the outflow of the wood to Lake Wazicha that comes off across Grove Avenue has ran every month this year. We've had water through there. I do know, in talking to some other residences, that it's settled down now, and I think that's going a lot to do with the water being absorbed up into the corn stalks that are being used there. So I think surface water is just terrible here.
So anybody out there that has water complaints, they guess you can call the town, but they'll refer to me anyways.
That's what it's the intent.
So, yeah, and we are looking into it, and I spend my evenings talking to those people,
All
so
right, sounds good.
we'll get on it.
Any questions for them? Legislative hasn't met, but we do have a referral, right?
Yes, I was just gonna remind
So
you
you
about
wanna
that,
take that
please.
referral?
Do the referral for the ordinance number 52, regulating zoning
For storage,
portable storage containers.
okay? Personnel met or not?
Nope, we haven't
Okay.
met, everything seems to be, Arnie, do you wanna mention that? Ad hoc committee?
Yeah, I got it right here.
Okay.
When I get to my turn.
All right,
Okay, report from individual board members. William?
I don't want to get out of here, no, I don't have anything.
Dan?
no, nothing in particular, other than, you know, there's been a lot of talk with about what's going on in the community, not our community, but with the police and that, and I just want to throw my support behind them and our entire department. I think they do a stellar job, and I think they are out there and support them 100%.
Okay. Patty?
Let's see. Glad that Amber, you'll be working on the bike trails. That was mentioned at our plan commission meeting, that was something that people were very interested through the survey. And then also another thing that was mentioned was at the plan commission was the bike safety on North Park Road. People are not riding their bikes in single file, they're going 2 wide, 3 wide. It's a very curvy road that when somebody goes in the double line, double yellow, into the other lane to go around the bike, they're not moving over or anything. So I don't know if we need to hold a bicycle safety course again or what, but
No, we need to get the trail off the road.
yeah, but at this time, that's not gonna happen. I just hope nobody gets hurt again, but they need to ride and be cognitive of the cars that are on North Park Road, or any road for that matter.
Police then.
Yeah, they're aware of it, and
Yeah.
actually, they've been doing a lot more patrolling there. And when I get my comments, I'll fill you in a little bit.
Yep.
Amber, got anything?
I don't have any.
Lisa, would you just give the public an update on the election, the amount of absentees and how many in that are out so far?
So far, I think I'm.
This is the
As of-
August.
This is for the August primary, August
August
11th. We normally have about 50 absentees on my initial, where I send out absentees the first day. We normally have about 50 for that one. On the first day, I had 1,257
Wow.
that needed to go out in one day. And they're all out. We've gotten back, I think, about 400 already. So lots and lots and lots of absentees, so.
And this isn't even close to what
The-
we're gonna see.
This is already above and beyond any presidential even.
Right.
And we're just beginning.
How long can you order?
We have them.
An absentee,
Yes,
5 o'clock on the Thursday before the election.
And you gotta rely on the mail service. They haven't been doing so good.
you can return it, right, Tom?
You can return until
You
8
can bring
PM
them
on
in,
election
you
day.
can bring them in the election.
Has to be in by 8 though, so.
You can actually pick it up also, can't you? I mean, the absentee. I mean, you can come in and.
Oh, come in and vote, not yet, no,
Not
because the
yet.
state changed that.
Is it
Okay.
2
Changed
weeks
their
prior?
mind.
What's the latest one?
It starts the Tuesday, it's not quite, it's whatever the 27th or 28th, 2 weeks prior. That Tuesday is when you can start coming in the office. to vote.
Okay.
So,
That went all the way to state Supreme Court.
it's been in appeals for 3 years, and they, right after we all published our stuff, the state decided to knock it down to 2 weeks. So.
Okay.
Anything else?
Mhm.
Couple things. Wanted to discuss a little bit about fireworks. I did, we took a little extraordinary step this year by asking Mel to have more people in traffic out. We had one car that had the auxiliary, there we go. Prevagen didn't quite come on like it was supposed to. Went out with there, we had one part-timer that worked 8 hours that evening, and we had one full-timer. We had 8 calls into dispatch about service. But they said in their travel around that they stopped a whole bunch more of them from shooting them off. We did check the last 5-6 years on total number of complaints, and this is right about the same thing. One thing that we did note, and we anticipated more activity in the air, because one of the fireworks corporations that sells fireworks reported that there was between a 50 and 200% increase in fireworks sales this summer. So obviously people that were having to stay at home were looking for more ways to entertain the family, and hopefully they were just the fountain ones instead of the kaboomers. I'm going to point
Was there any citations given out there?
I can't tell you that, but if you want, you can give the chief a call and ask him. I do know they had 8 calls that they were on. Yeah, I'm going to ask an ad hoc committee to form to discuss our insurance things. We discussed on that before we got to the budget. I want to ask Dan and Patty if you two would join forces and take charge of that, work with Lisa and try to meet with the vendors and get some things going. Would you be willing to do that?
Sure.
Yep.
That's fine. I'm also going to meet with Wood County Parks. There's some concern they want to try to get more and more of the walking traffic off the roads. We're going to have a discussion with myself and going over to meet with Wood County engineers and see if they can incorporate something that they could do into a project that we could have a year or two down the road, which would be to finish the South Park Road paving that we did partway. And if they could design a plan that'll get the bicycle walkers away from the road surface, they would want to incorporate that at the same time. And that would be funded then by county sources. They're also looking on trying to figure out how they could do the north side of it to get more traffic off of the paved road.
Okay.
Bicycles are obviously, they can ride on the roads, but there are concerns. Mel informed me that we've had more and more concerns with traffic on Wazeecha again. And we lowered that speed limit to 25 a while ago. He sat there just the other day and issued one warning and one citation for over 40 miles an hour on it. And that particular person lives right on there, and he said I was one of the persons that was complaining to you. So the other thing I want to announce, I think some of you may remember Jim Welch was worked for Community Access from 1993 as a director. I think he worked for 17 years. Jim just informed me in an announcement that he has been, he's going to be inducted in the Wisconsin Community Media Hall of Fame this fall. So I want to congratulate Jim. And Art, how many years have you got with us now? You got a ways to go yet.
Yeah, I started in '95 with Jim.
There you go. Jim's a great guy. Enjoyed him very well.
He's a veteran too.
All right, we have no other business. Motion to adjourn is in order.
So motion?
Oh,
I'll second.
and Patty. All in favor, say aye.
Bye.
Okay. Thank you folks for coming in, and y'all stay safe.